Welcome to a series of project management audio teachings and instruction by project management author, trainer and coach, Phil C. Akinwale.
Hello there, it's your friend Phil, project management trainer and coach. Today I'd like to talk to you about slaying the dragon on the 5th attempt. I'm talking about a PMP exam champion of ours from deep down under on the other side of the world who took the exam on Monday. Now, he first of all came in contact with Praizion back in 2015 after going for boot camp in his firm and then taking the exam and not doing well on the exam. And he happened to find our content online and decided to get some materials to help him on his next try. And to cut the long story short, this happened twice. So after he took the exam the first time, found Praizion, used some of the materials, took the exam, failed the exam, used some more materials, and tried to do some things differently, failed the exam again. So after failing the exam 3 times, you know PMI's clause, 3 strikes and you're out. So he had to go on a probationary period for a whole year. That was painful. I remember saying, why don't you think about taking the CAPM exam? And I mean, he was so focused on the PMP. Besides, he didn't feel like it would add any value to him. So he decided to wait for a year. So a year went by. Remember the probationary period. Then finally in 2017, the time came for him to take the exam again. Now, we got marginally involved. I got marginally involved, probably not as involved as I should have. I should have drawn out a more rigorous curriculum, but I didn't even know when he was going to take the exam. So I was in a little bit of the dark at that time, and I just heard, I took the exam and it didn't work out. What, the 4th time? Oh my gosh, this time we are going to throw everything at it. And this is what exemplifies in my mind PMP exam courage. This is courage. It's courageous to face an exam, look at the exam in the eyes 5 times and take the exam. In fact, I call it courage, and it's nothing short of awesome for someone to have done that. So let me show you how finally the dragon was slayed, or slain, past tense of Old English, I don't know. But anyway, this is what happened. I recommended that this student take 4.5 mock exams, and I'm talking about full-blown 200-question mock exams. Excuse me, 4.5 mock exams. So that's 900 questions. I asked this student to go on a cold turkey quiz diet for about a month, doing nothing but taking these mock exams. And these mock exams could be split in a variety of ways. 900 questions could be taken, 50 today, 100 tomorrow. So I asked him to, kind of take them piecemeal, however he saw fit. He went through them. He said, Phil, this is what I'm getting on these mock exams. I was happy at his performance. But then I said, let's amp it up and take some crazier mock exams. So we asked him to take mock exam A, Praizion's crazy mock exam. And those of you who are our students, you know the mock exam I'm talking about. It's the mock exam that has a 70% passing score. So he took that mock exam and he passed it. Now, he hadn't taken this mock exam for about going to 2 years, so I knew that his result was a realistic one. He got a 76 or so, and I knew, I said, that's good. But hey, wait a minute. Let's take mock exam B. So you see, folks, don't feel comfortable if you're getting the 80s and the 90s. Like he was getting 80s and 90s in the 4.5 mock exams in the first bullet. He was killing those. Now, on our mock exam B, he passed it as well. Now, the weird thing is, this is one of the most difficult mock exams, even more difficult than mock exam A. It's a little bit new, and we've been crafting it over time, but he took this second mock exam B with a passing score of 60%, and he got like a 70, I think, kind of around 70, not as high as the first mock exam A, but in the 70s. I said, you are ready to kill this beast. You know, is there any other thing that you think could have stopped you before? And he thought test anxiety may have had a part to play. Hey, folks, if you have not watched my video on test anxiety, do yourself a favor and watch it, especially if you suffer from it, because this addresses what a lot of people face. Anyway, he watched the video, and little did I know, the next day he was going to the exam. So boom, went into the exam. But before he got into the exam, there's one more set of things he did. He used the PMBOK guide, of course, as part of his studying, and he also used the Praizion study guide, Project Management Essentials. And lastly, all sorts of media, all sorts of study aids, the ITTO tools, flashcards that test you on the inputs and outputs in totality, the ITTO science book, the ITTO data flow diagrams, various PDFs that Praizion has, and all sorts of other media. Threw this at this student. And when he was done, I said, yep, you are ready to face this monster. Long story short, folks, there is a very, very important feature that this student testified that helped him on his exam. And I want you to pay close attention. In the Prometric Test Center, of course, you can select an answer, but you also have the ability to highlight any of the options. You also have the ability to cross out, to strike through any option that you think is bogus. And he used this feature so prominently. He believes this was a game changer. Instead of being confused, he used the process of elimination to get rid of the horrible two and focus on the two that were plausible. And with those horrible two in the background striked out, he was able to hone in on what the right answer was. And that's how he was able to do a lot better than he had ever done on the exam. So he's now PMP on the 5th attempt. So the power of doing something differently is huge. If you fail the PMP exam, listen up, folks. There is hope. You don't have to lose hope. You do not have to lose hope, regardless your experience. You need to do something intentionally and deliberately. A lot of students say, fail, I'm tired, I don't know what to do, I've read this stuff before. Yeah, read it again with a new pair of eyes. Read it with a renewed vision. Take mock exams that you have not taken to unlock your understanding and your comprehension of the world of the PMI. Okay? Watch my videos, especially those that talk about the trickery on the PMP exam. If you're one of our students and you have not watched the 5 series modules on dealing with these tricky mock exams, please send us an email. If you're one of our students, if you're on the learning management system, if you're taking the PMP exam prep camp course, and if you're not one of our students, search the YouTube channel. You're bound to find 1 or 2 free videos. Okay? I wish you all the very best. If you've struggled with this exam, you can do it. You can. You don't even necessarily have to use a boatload of new materials. You might be sitting on the materials that you need, only that you're not reading them in the right fashion with the right pair of eyes. Or perhaps you don't have a trainer or coach to point you in the right direction. I would highly recommend that you check out Praizion.com. Just go to Praizion.com, Praizion.com. It's spelled on the screen there. And if you're looking for a course or coach to help you across the finish line, those resources are on Praizion.com. Thank you very much for your audience. I hope this encourages someone who has been struggling with the exam. Take care and bye for now.
And that concludes today's program. Please visit Praizion for more project management, PMP and Microsoft project study materials.